So, it looks like Christian Combs has been faking it this whole time, because the word on the street is that he's totally freaking out right now. If you're wondering why, fans are starting to believe he's way more involved in Diddy's drama than anyone thought. But it gets even wilder. People are saying Christian might actually be secretly working with the feds against his own dad. Seems like Christian is trying to protect himself, but this isn't going over well with his siblings, especially the sisters. It's causing major family drama, and now it looks like Christian is about to be called out as a snitch. So, did he make a deal with the feds? And could Diddy cut him out of his will because of this? Let's break it down. Honestly, if we had to guess which one of Diddy's kids would flip on him first, Christian wouldn't have been our first pick. We'd have guessed Quincy, since he's not Diddy's biological son, and his real dad, I'll be sure, doesn't like Diddy at all. Plus, Quincy is the only son not mentioned in any lawsuits. So yeah, he seemed like the obvious choice. We even thought the daughters might fold before Christian. They're younger and maybe more likely to crack under pressure. But nope. Turns out it was Christian who gave in. Now, a son turning on his own father sounds shocking, but when you think about it, maybe it's not so surprising. Christian has his own legal problems to worry about, and if the feds offered him a deal, there's a big chance he took it. Also, Christian has a big mouth and is always spilling secrets about Diddy. Like when Homeland Security raided Diddy last year, Christian and his brother Justin got detained too. You'd think that would make him stay quiet, right? But no, instead, Christian dropped a song talking about how the feds missed a bunch of evidence and even hinted at where Diddy had hidden it. Clip 1 knock them walls down like when them Fetty boys running both our cribs, too bad they ain't know we bought the one next door cause that's the one they missed. How y'all talking like a ninja, time up, throwing shade, get your shines up, asking where my pops at, he on the G6, get in the lineup. But that's not all. Christian even tried to clap back at 50 Cent just because he was making fun of Diddy. Clip 2, I dare one of you ninjas scream out no Diddy when all they had was 50 Cent who put the city on the map. Stop lying, pop's been hated on by many men, and man, that's fine. They going to try to stop these M&Ms and they going to die trying. That was a pretty tone-deaf move, but some people think Christian did it on purpose, maybe to quietly let the feds know what they missed. If he is really snitching on Diddy like the streets are saying, then slipping it into a diss track would be a clever way to do it. But why would he snitch on his own dad? It's probably not because he thinks Diddy is guilty. It's more likely because Christian is scared. He seems to be living a lifestyle just like his dad's, and seeing Diddy in deep trouble with the feds might have shaken him up. People believe he's doing this because he doesn't want to end up in the same situation. Diddy could be facing up to 20 years in prison, and Christian clearly doesn't want that life. Take Christian's own legal trouble, for example. Remember his lawsuit? He's been trying to get it thrown out for over a year now, but the judge keeps denying his requests. And honestly, it's not hard to see why. The case sounds serious. Just for context, back in April last year, Christian was sued by a yacht stewardess named Grace Omar, and Diddy was also named in the lawsuit, according to reports. Clip 3, Omar alleged she was 25 when she was working on a super yacht called Victorious in December 2022. When Combs leased it, she claimed the disgraced music mogul had full control of the staff and premises of the yacht over the holiday. The court document said. The makeup of the yacht quickly evolved from just defendant Sean Combs and his family to include a constant rotation of suspected adult workers and other A-list celebrities, such as French Montana and actor Cuban Gooding Jr. Staff was often treated with disrespect. Suspected adult workers were sprawled out unconscious about the yacht, and it was difficult to distinguish which bottles of alcohol were laced with and which bottles were not. The suit went on. She also said that Christian allegedly tried to touch her and sexually assault her multiple times, but luckily, she managed to get away each time. However, there was one time when things got really serious, and he almost succeeded, according to reports. Clip 4, Christian then allegedly demanded she find him a place to sleep on the yacht, and she suggested the cinema room, as there were no spare cabins available. The suit claims the cinema has one door to exit and enter. Pliff entered the room, and defendant Christian Combs blocked her from exiting. Cliff retreated to a corner of the room, and defendant Christian Combs became physical and extremely aggressive. He cornered Cliff and started to grope her. It continued. Cliff pushed him back constantly. Defendant Christian Combs then took off all his clothes. His privates were erect, and he grabbed her arms and was trying to force plaintiff to perform oral chelation on him. The plaintiff began fighting defendant C. Combs, and not long after her partner on board entered the cinema. The suit claims this startled her alleged attacker, and she was finally able to flee. When she tried to speak up and complain, she got fired. She also said that Clip 5, she allegedly lost her partner, who struggled to deal with the situation, having seen the bruises on her body and dealt with the mental and emotional ramifications. Omar suffered anxiety and panic attacks, developed an eating disorder, and even thought about ending her own life, the suit claimed. When the lawsuit was first filed, Diddy's legal team spoke for Christian and released a statement that said, Clip 6, we have not seen this woman's claim, but I'm sure we can expect the same kind of manufactured lies we've come to expect from Tyrone Blackburn and his client, just as we saw in Rodney Jones's lawsuit, which has yet to be served. He adds they learned about the lawsuit the same way anyone hears about Mr. Blackburn's filings through the media. They've been trying really hard to get the case thrown out of court, but it's been a year now, and the judge has rejected their requests again and again. Recently, it was revealed that the case is officially going to trial, and not just any trial, a jury trial. If this does go to trial, it's bad news for Christian. His dad's legal issues will make him look even worse, and it'll be hard to find jury members who don't already have strong opinions about the case. The pressure is huge for Christian, which is why people believe he's working with the feds. He's trying to save himself, even if it means turning on his dad, but this isn't going over well with his siblings. They think he's betraying their father, and honestly, he probably is. All 7 of Diddy's kids have been sticking together and supporting him through this. Well, technically 6, since the youngest is only 2 years old and doesn't know what's going on. But if Christian really is snitching, it makes the rest of the family look bad and increases the chances of Diddy going to prison. And it doesn't stop there. If Diddy is found guilty, there's more at risk than just his freedom. Before all this drama, Diddy was a billionaire. Now his net worth has dropped to about $400 million. That's still a lot of money, but things are only getting worse. Clip 7, according to reports, Diddy's indictment also includes a forfeit action that could result in him losing almost all of his network, as prosecutors have alleged that he is used to money to support a criminal enterprise. A criminal forfeit is an action brought as part of the criminal prosecution of a defendant. According to the FBI, it is against that person and requires the government to seize the property used in the commission of the crime along with the defendant, according to the agency. This has been especially tough on the twins because Diddy is the only parent they have left. Now, not only does it look like he's going to prison, but they're also about to lose all that money. And let's be real, those girls are used to living a super fancy lifestyle. There's no way they can keep that up without their dad's money, especially since they're not going to college and don't seem to have any plans to get a job. So yeah, it's not surprising at all that they're mad at Christian for possibly helping to get their dad locked up.